Fame and wealth are often considered synonyms for success and security, but the reality can be quite different. Many celebrities, despite earning millions of dollars and reaching the height of popularity, have found themselves facing severe financial difficulties. In this video, we will explore the stories of 10 celebrities who, despite their incredible success, have lost everything or almost everything. From astronomical earnings to extravagant purchases, from legal battles to tax issues, these stars have experienced dramatic falls that have seriously compromised their financial stability. However, many of them have tried to recover, demonstrating resilience and adaptability. These stories provide not only a glimpse into the pitfalls of fame, but also the life lessons that emerge from the struggle for recovery and rebirth. Number 10. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage, whose real name is Nicholas Kim Coppola, is one of Hollywood's most prolific and well-known actors. Coming from a family of celebrities, Cage built a successful career starting in the 1980s, reaching its peak in the 1990s with films like Leaving Las Vegas, The Rock, and Face Off. At one point, his net worth was estimated to be around $150 million, thanks to the high salaries he received for his leading roles. Cage gained notoriety not only for his iconic roles, but also for his financial excesses. Over the years, he made numerous extravagant purchases that contributed to his financial downfall. One of the most famous examples is his purchase of a $276,000 dinosaur skull, which he later had to return because it was stolen from the Mongolian government. Among other absurd expenditures, he bought castles in Europe, a private island in the Bahamas, several luxury cars, and even a pet octopus that was supposed to help improve his acting skills. In addition to these extravagant purchases, Cage invested heavily in real estate, owning over 15 homes around the world, including a villa in Bel Air and a historic property in New Orleans, considered one of the most haunted houses in America. These real estate investments became a financial burden when the housing market was hit hard by the financial crisis, forcing the actor to sell many of his properties for less than their purchase price. Another factor contributing to his financial downfall was his clash with the U.S. tax authorities. Cage failed to pay millions of dollars in taxes, accumulating a debt of over $6 million. In an attempt to settle his debts and maintain his expensive lifestyle, he accepted roles in numerous films, often of questionable quality, fueling the perception that he was willing to do anything for money. His current situation has improved since the darkest times, but Cage continues to work tirelessly to pay off his accumulated debts. He has regained some financial stability through his ongoing work in the film industry, with recent projects achieving a degree of critical success, such as the 2021 film Pig. However, his life is still far from the luxury and wealth it once was, and many see him as an example of how success can easily slip away if not managed carefully. Number 9. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, one of the most celebrated and feared boxers in history, had a career marked by triumphs and dramatic falls. Known for his devastating power in the ring, Tyson earned over $400 million during his career, becoming the youngest heavyweight champion ever at just 20 years old. However, his fortune quickly dissipated due to a lavish lifestyle and reckless financial decisions. Tyson was known for his extravagant spending, which included purchasing luxurious homes, sports cars, and expensive jewelry. One of his most famous purchases was a $2.2 million gold bathtub. But his spending didn't stop there. He owned a fleet of exotic cars and even bought white Bengal tigers, which required costly care and a dedicated team of staff. His entourage consisted of dozens of people on the payroll, all contributing to depleting his finances. In addition to personal expenditures, Tyson faced legal and personal issues that worsened his financial situation. In 1992, he was convicted of rape and spent 3 years in prison, which halted his career and significantly reduced his earnings. After his release, Tyson attempted to relaunch his career but never fully regained his previous status. In 2003, he declared bankruptcy with a debt of about $23 million. In recent years, Tyson has tried to make a comeback. He has found success as a public figure, participating in films, television shows, and live performances. Additionally, he launched a cannabis product line, which has become a significant source of income. While he hasn't regained his original fortune, Tyson has found a new financial stability and transformed his public image, evolving from a feared boxer to a charismatic and beloved figure. Number 8. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan went from being one of Hollywood's most promising stars to a symbol of excess and scandal. Her career took off at a young age with successful films like Mean Girls and The Parent Trap, earning her millions of dollars and making her one of the most sought-after actresses in the industry. However, her turbulent lifestyle quickly overshadowed her career. Lohan became famous for both her legal troubles and her film roles. Her continuous appearances in tabloids for DUI, probation violations, and thefts led to the loss of numerous contracts and professional opportunities. Beyond her legal issues, her personal spending also contributed to her financial collapse. Lohan squandered her fortune on designer clothes, luxury cars, and stays in five-star hotels, showing little concern for saving for the future. In recent years, Lohan has tried to turn her life around. She moved to Europe, aiming to distance herself from the Hollywood spotlight, and opened a luxury resort in Mykonos, Greece. She has also made some television appearances trying to relaunch her acting career. Although she hasn't regained her previous fortune, it seems she has found some personal and financial stability and continues to work on rebuilding her public image. Number 7. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, known as the King of Pop, was one of the most influential figures in the history of music. With record sales surpassing 350 million copies worldwide and unparalleled cultural influence, Jackson earned billions of dollars during his career. However, despite these enormous earnings, at the time of his death in 2009, Jackson was buried in debt estimated at around $400 million. Jackson's financial downfall is attributed primarily to an extravagant lifestyle and a series of poor investments. The Neverland Ranch, a 700-acre property that Jackson turned into a private amusement park, epitomizes his reckless spending. Maintaining Neverland cost millions of dollars each year, and his personal expenditures, including purchases of art, jewelry, and expensive gifts for friends and family, quickly depleted his finances. Additionally, Jackson faced numerous legal battles, some related to allegations of child molestation, which required costly courtroom fights and out-of-court settlements. These legal issues, combined with declining album sales in the years following his peak, forced him to borrow huge sums of money to maintain his lifestyle. After his death, Jackson's estate generated huge revenues from the sale of music rights and the posthumous release of unreleased material. These earnings allowed for the settlement of much of the accumulated debt, and today his legacy continues to generate significant income for his heirs. However, his story remains a tragic example of how even immense wealth can be easily squandered. Number 6. Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson, famous for her iconic role in Baywatch, was one of the most recognizable and popular women in entertainment for years. During the peak of her career, Anderson earned millions of dollars not only from television, but also through advertising contracts and media appearances. However, despite these earnings, her financial situation has suffered serious setbacks over the years. One of the main factors leading to Anderson's financial downfall was her reckless management of finances, particularly in real estate. She undertook an expensive renovation project of her Malibu mansion, spending over $3 million, a sum that far exceeded the initial budget. These expenses, combined with tax debts and other legal issues, put Anderson in a precarious financial situation. In addition to real estate problems, Anderson faced several legal battles that further drained her financial resources. In recent years, she has tried to recover by selling some of her properties and reducing her lifestyle. She has also focused on philanthropic and environmental causes, living a simpler and more modest life compared to the past. Although she is no longer the superstar she once was, Anderson has found a new balance in her life, away from the spotlight and financial pressures that had overwhelmed her. Number 5. Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton is one of the most talented and recognizable singers of the 90s, known for her powerful voice and a series of hits that topped charts worldwide. With over 70 million records sold, Braxton earned millions of dollars throughout her career. However, despite her success, she faced 2 bankruptcies that seriously compromised her financial stability. The first bankruptcy was filed in 1998 when Braxton had accumulated debts of around $5 million. Part of the problem was an unfavorable recording contract that prevented her from earning a significant portion of the profits from her sales. Additionally, her exorbitant spending on high-fashion clothing, jewelry, and luxury real estate quickly eroded her finances. In 2010, Braxton declared bankruptcy for a second time, this time with debts exceeding $50 million. The singer also faced severe health issues, including lupus and a heart condition, which forced her to cancel numerous concerts, further reducing her income. Despite these difficulties, Braxton managed to stay active in the music and television industry, continuing to work hard to recover. Today, he has regained a certain financial stability and learned to manage his finances with greater prudence. Number 4, MC Hammer. MC Hammer, born Stanley Kirk Burrell, became an international superstar in the 90s thanks to the overwhelming success of the single You Can't Touch This. At that time, Hammer earned about $30 million, but his extravagant lifestyle and out-of-control spending quickly led him to bankruptcy. Hammer is known for maintaining an entourage of over 200 people, including friends, relatives, and employees, which contributed to draining his finances. He bought a $30 million mansion and spent millions on luxury cars, racehorses, and private jets. Additionally, he invested in a series of failed projects, including a clothing line and a record label, which never produced the expected returns. In 1996, Hammer declared bankruptcy with a debt of around $13 million. After bankruptcy, he drastically downsized his lifestyle and sought new sources of income. He began working as a motivational speaker and invested in technology, becoming an early supporter of companies like Twitter. Although he never regained his original fortune, Hammer found a new financial stability and lives a more modest life compared to the past. Number 3. Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds, one of Hollywood's most beloved stars in the 70s and 80s, had a long and successful career, earning tens of millions of dollars. With hit films like Smokey and the Bandit and Boogie Nights, Reynolds was one of the highest-paid actors of his time. However, despite his success, he faced severe financial difficulties due to poor decisions and extravagant spending. Reynolds was known for his lavish lifestyle, which included purchasing numerous luxury cars, expensive properties, and a vast art collection. One of his most significant financial mistakes was investing in a chain of restaurants, which turned out to be a disastrous failure. Additionally, a costly divorce from actress Lonnie Anderson in 1993 further drained his finances. In 1996, Reynolds declared bankruptcy with debts exceeding $10 million. Despite the difficulties, he continued working until his death in 2018, though with less prominent roles compared to the past. Reynolds never fully recovered his fortune, but left a lasting legacy as one of the most iconic actors in American cinema. Number 2, Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger, the acclaimed actress and Oscar winner for her role in LA Confidential, earned millions of dollars throughout her career. However, a series of poor financial decisions and legal battles severely compromised her economic stability. One of Basinger's most glaring mistakes was purchasing the town of Braselton, Georgia for $20 million, with the intention of turning it into a tourist destination. However, the investment proved to be a failure, and Basinger was forced to sell the town at a significantly lower price. In addition to this, Basinger lost a costly lawsuit over a breach of a film contract, which forced her to pay $8.1 million in damages. These financial difficulties brought her to the brink of bankruptcy in the 1990s. In the following years, Basinger managed to better manage her finances and continued working in Hollywood, though with less prominent roles than before. Number 1. Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes, known for his roles in action films like Blade, earned millions of dollars during his career, becoming one of Hollywood's most sought-after actors in the 1990s. However, his financial downfall was dramatic primarily due to tax issues. Snipes was accused of tax evasion for failing to pay taxes for several years, relying on questionable financial advice that led him to clash with the IRS. In 2008, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison for tax evasion after accumulating a tax debt of over $23 million. During his time in prison, Snipes' career took a significant hit, and upon his release, he struggled to regain his former success. He continued working in film, but with less prestigious projects compared to the past. Despite his efforts, Snipes has never fully recovered his fortune, and his financial situation remains complicated. However, he continues to work in an attempt to get back on his feet, though he has not reached the heights of Hollywood again. That said, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it intriguing to see how even the most famous celebrities can face enormous challenges and how financial and personal choices can deeply affect the course of their lives. Stay tuned to discover more interesting facts in our upcoming videos. See you soon.